Friday night is our album release party, but before we can drop our record, we're going to need to design some pretty compelling graphic design. We're going to be creating mixtape covers to promote our upcoming record. So here we have a few examples using blending modes, and here we got Daddy Yankee. And here we've got another image that also integrates a lot of the themes and techniques that we've been using, including blending modes right here. But it's also a busy image, right? We got this bag of cash in the lower right hand corner. We've got the skyline off in the distance. Here we've got people playing ball. We've got fireworks. We've got some dude with Nikes in the foreground. These can be pretty busy images. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna Google mixtape covers. We're gonna be looking for inspiration, and inspiration is everywhere. This is that astronaut one is kind of cool. So what are we doing? You guys are going to be creating mixtape covers, of course, using the photos that we took in class. So you're going to be downloading these high-res images, and then we're going to open it in Photoshop. And I'm going to share with you my example. So here we have our background, and then we got the PNG that I cut out, and we just popped it right on in. You guys are going to make sure that you submit your PNGs to the correct folder in Google Classroom. So next thing that I know is that we need a background, and so I googled, I think maybe gritty city or maybe gritty skyline. Here we got this image of Pittsburgh, but I also know that it doesn't extend all the way to the bottom, so I filled that in using the paint bucket. And what I want is for this to sort of blend in together and to make it a little bit more cohesive. So I created a new layer. I used the gradient tool, and I have light blue extending out to dark blue using that radial gradient. And then I changed the blending mode to overlay. Now I know a few things. I know that this does look cool, but the artists, right, your teachers, we don't quite pop the way I wanted, but we do here. So how exactly did I create that effect? I simply desaturated the background, so or desaturated the photo. So here we've got the colored image. I pressed Command J to make a new copy. You're gonna press Command Shift U and then Command L for layers. I'm sorry, for levels to make the lights lighter and darks darker. You're also probably thinking, Drost, how did you know to use the overlay layer or the overlay blending mode for this gradient? Well, I know from experience that that's one that I like, but check this out, guys. If you press V and then hold Shift and press plus or minus, you can cycle through all the different blending modes. So right now, I'm holding Shift and I'm pressing plus, and I'm just going through each blending mode one by one until I find the one that I like. And I know offhand, again, that the one that I want to use is overlay. I like that one. I think that one is pretty cool. Great. But we're not done. We're gonna add a few more effects, and so I wanted to add some sparks flying from me actually, and me and Mr. Duffy over here. And to do that, I googled sparks, but we've got all this black in the sort of exterior in the background. In the past, maybe what you might have done is use the magic wand tool and click on the black and then press delete and then command D, right? But I'm not so sure I love that. What I think would be a sort of more professional way of extracting the black from the background is changing the blending mode not to multiply but to screen. And what that does is it gets rid of all the blacks and darks, and so that we're left with just the flames, just the sparks. And let's do that one more time. And I'm going to do screen, and that looks pretty cool. So I'm going to add a few more sparks. Tremendous. That looks really cool. Next step. Oh, so check this out, guys. I was doing lots of experimentation earlier. So here I was. Let's boost up the opacity. So I was thinking maybe I want sparks coming out of Mr. Bosselet, and I experimented with lots of different blending modes, but nothing really spoke to me. I didn't really find anything that worked, so I'm just gonna hide that and maybe come back to it later. But what I realized through that experimentation is that it would look pretty cool if we had flames coming off of Mr. Bosselet. I think that looks pretty awesome right there. And again, what am I doing? You're gonna experiment with blending modes. So I downloaded flames, and instead of screen, I think I did lighter color. So again, I'm gonna click right here. There's normal. That's what I downloaded, and we're gonna change it to lighter color. Boom, that looks pretty awesome. After further analysis, I needed maybe this guitar to pop a little bit. So what I did was I went down to this original layer, I made a selection around it, copied it, dragged it on top above all these layers, including that blue blending mode. But we need to add some text, right? So we need the group name, and we are Los Maestros. I think we're Merengue. I'm not really sure what we are, but I do know that I spent a long time looking for fonts. I wasn't really sure which one I wanted, so this is a good option. I like that one is kind of cool. So let's talk about layer styles. So ultimately, I think I'm going to go with this one, and you can see that if you look in the layers palette, I've got four different layer styles going on. I've got bevel and emboss, and if I take that off, you can see that it's a little bit more flat. With the bevel and emboss, it has this 3D aspect. We've got the stroke, which is a black line around the exterior. We've got the gradient overlay, and we've got outer glow. And so this has got lots of contrast. I think that looks pretty cool right there. And we are just about done. If you want, you can add featuring the hit single. Photoshop is amazing. You can certainly include the title of your album or anything that you want to sort of emphasize. I'm super excited about seeing your mixtape cover. Let me know if you have any questions. Looking for lots of contrast, lots of compelling uses of blending modes. Good luck.